Hello, in lecture number 8 of Thyristor family devices, these are some outlines of lecture number first. In this lecture, we will study the next Thyristor family device is the UJT. What is the meaning of UJT? UJT is nothing but unijunction transistors. In this lecture, we will study the UJT symbol, structure of UJT, VI characteristics of UJT, advantages, disadvantages and applications of UJT. First, we will study that what is the meaning of UJT. UJT is nothing but unijunction transistor. UJT stands for unijunction transistors. It is a three-terminal semiconductor switching device. UJT having a three terminals such as base 1, base 2 and emitter. This is the symbol of UJT and this one is the basic construction of UJT. Symbol of UJT having a three terminals base 2, emitter and base 1. This is the basic construction of UJT. Now what is unijunction transistors? UJT stands for unijunction transistors. It is a three terminal semiconductor switching devices. The unijunction transistor is a simple device that consists of a n-type silicon material. Basically, UJT is having a n-type silicon material. This is the n-type silicon material. Here the ohmic contact are present. In between this one is the base 2 terminal. Here is also base 2 ohmic contact and here is the base 1. This is the n-type silicon bar. N-type silicon bar is lightly doped and in n-type silicon bar there is a P are present and in between P there is a emitter junctions are present. Emitter is directly connected to here the emitter is connected with the P-type semiconductor. Emitter is connected with the P-type semiconductor. This one is the here the only junctions are present in between P and N. Here is the only one junctions are present. This is the only one junction, so it is called as the unijunction transistors. See here, the unijunction transistor is a simple device that consists of a n-type silicon material. This one is the n-type silicon material with a non-rectifying contact. Here the non-rectifying contact with base 2 and base 1. There is a no contact is present in between base 2 and base 1 and rectifying contact with into the bar part way along with the its length. Here the only rectifying contact is nothing but there is only current flowing in between only this P and N junction. So rectifying contact in between emitter and this is the alloyed into the bar part. This one is the bar part, so it is called as the unijunction transistor. Unijunction transistor is nothing but there is only one junction is present in between P type semiconductor and P type and N type. Now this is the basic construction diagram. In this construction diagram, here is the base 2, this one is the base 1. These are the ohmic contact. These two are the ohmic contact. Here the emitter is connected with the p-type lightly doped. P-type material is the heavily doped and n-type silicon bar is the lightly doped. N-type silicon bar is the lightly doped. N-type is the lightly doped. This P-type is the heavily doped and in between lightly doped and heavily doped here is only junctions are present. Here is only junctions are present. So in this one is the basic construction of the unijunction transistor. In unijunction transistor, the PN junction is formed by lightly doped N-type silicon bar with heavily doped P-type material on one side. This is the one side. The ohmic contact on either ends of the silicon bar. Here the ohmic contacts are either ends of the silicon bar termed as the base 1 and base 2 and p-type terminal is named as a emitter. This one is the p-type material. This p-type material is named as the emitter. This is the basic construction of UJT. Now how how does a unijunction transistors works? We will study in this concept how does a unijunction transistors work. Basically unijunction transistors is acting as a only one junction, and one junction is nothing but it is diode is present here, and here is the two variable resistor, one variable resistor and one is the fixed resistor. RB2 is the fixed resistors and RB1 is the variable resistors. This is the VBB. VBB is the final voltage in between two base terminals B1 and B2, and this one is the emitter. The simplified equivalent circuit shows that the n-type channel consists of two variable resistors RB2 and RB1, two resistors such as RB1 and RB2 in series with an equivalent diode, D represent the PN junction. The emitter PN junction is fixed along the ohmic channel during its manufacturing process. This one is the working of UJT. In UJT there is a diode is connected in series with the two resistors RB2 and RB1. Here the RB1 is the variable resistors and RB2 is the fixed resistors. VBB is the voltage in between two base terminals B1 and B2. The variable resistance RB1 is provided between the terminals emitter E base 1 and the variable resistance RB1. This one is the variable resistance. This variable resistor is present in between emitter and base 1. This one is the emitter and base 1, and RB2 resistors is in between emitter and base 2. See here RB2 is between emitter and base 2. Since the PN junction is more close to the B2, the value of RB2 will be less than the variable resistance RB1. See here, this since the PN junction is more closer to the RB2, this PN junction is more closer to the RB2. A voltage divider network. It is the voltage divider network. This circuit diagram is nothing but your voltage divider network is formed by series resistance RB2 and RB1. Here the voltage divider networks are present. In this point voltage divider networks are present. Voltage divider network is nothing but value of voltage in between emitter to base 2 and value of voltage in between emitter to base 1. Both the values are same here. A voltage divider network is formed by the series resistance RB2 and RB1. When a voltage is applied across the semiconductor device, the potential will be in proportional to the position of base points along the channel. If the voltage is applied here, this voltage is divided into same as it is here and same as it is here. If there is a same voltage, if we apply voltage to this terminal, then after that due to this point voltage is divided, and this is here, this voltage and this voltage is same. For example, here the 4 voltage is applied here, then in this point 2 volt network is flowing, and in this point also 2 voltage is flowing through the circuitry. The emitter E will be act as input when employed in a circuit. Here the emitter, this is the emitter. This emitter is acts as a input when employed in a circuit. As the terminal B1 will be grounded, the terminal B2 will be positive biased to B1, and the final VRB1 voltage is given by this formula RB1 divided by RB1 plus RB2. RB1 plus RB2 is nothing but your RBB, and this one is the VBB is nothing but voltage to base voltage is nothing but VBB. This is the VRB1 voltage flowing through the circuit. The important parameter of unijunction transistor is the intrinsic stand-up ratio. This is the most important parameter in the unijunction transistor. Intrinsic stand-up ratio is denoted by this letter. Intrinsic stand-up ratio is nothing but it is the ratio of RB1 divided by RBB. RB1 divided by RBB, and having a range is in between 0.5 to 0.8 is the range. This is the most important parameter, intrinsic standoff ratio. The definition of intrinsic standoff ratio is that it is the ratio of RB1 divided by RBB. RBB is nothing but RB1 plus RB2. See here, RBB is nothing but RB1 plus RB2. Now, next part is the VI characteristics of UJT. This is the VI characteristics of UJT. In this VI characteristics, voltage on x-axis, and this one is the voltage on x-axis, y-axis, and current on x-axis. In this VI characteristics, voltage on y-axis and current on x-axis. This is the VI characteristics. This VI characteristics is divided into three regions. First one is the cutoff region, second one is the negative resistance region, this one is your negative resistance region, this one is the cutoff region. See here, this is the cutoff region and this one is the saturation region. So VI characteristics of UJT is divided into how many regions? VI characteristics of UJT is divided into three regions such as cutoff region, negative resistance region and saturation region. The VI characteristics of unijunction transistors can be explained by three parameters: cutoff region, negative resistance region and saturation region. Cutoff region. What is the meaning of cutoff region? See here, cutoff region. In cutoff region, as a voltage increases, current increases in small amount. See here, in cutoff region, I current similar to the reverse leakage current IC of a bipolar transistors. In cutoff region, this emitter current similar to the reverse leakage current IC of a bipolar transistor. In negative resistance region, as the I current increases, emitter voltage V decreases up to the valley point. See here, this one is the your emitter current. In emitter current increases, this emitter current increases, then this V emitter voltage current is decreases up to the valley point, up to this point. So in negative resistance region, I current increases, emitter voltage V decreases up to the valley point. Valley point is nothing but peak point. See here, as the emitter current increases, this one is the emitter current, this emitter current increases, this one is the emitter voltage, this emitter voltage decreases up to the valley point, Now third region is the saturation region. In this region, I increases, emitter voltage also increases. See here, in this region, as the emitter current increases, V current is also increases. In saturation region, as a emitter current increases, V current also increases. This one is the VI characteristics of UJT. VI characteristics of UJT is divided into three regions: cutoff region, negative resistance region, saturation region. In saturation region, as IE increases, V also increases. In negative resistance region, as IE increases, V decreases. V is nothing but emitter voltage. This emitter voltage decreases up to the peak point, and in cutoff region there is a I current similar to the reverse leakage current IC. IC is nothing but collector current. Advantages of unijunction transistor. These are some advantages of unijunction transistor. First one is the low cost, negative resistance characteristics, requires low value of triggering current, a stable triggering voltage and low power absorbing devices. These are some advantages. The main disadvantages of unijunction transistor is its inability to provide appropriate amplifications. And these are some applications of UJT as a triggering devices for SCR and triac. UJT is basically used for the triggering devices. Triggering is nothing but to turn on devices such as SCR and triac, and UJT is used in relaxation oscillator. This here the UJT part is completed. If any queries related to this lecture, then you will ask me.